Happy 2026. Got to bring it in with a good song, right?
I
I
like that.
I love it. I love it. We got with us the the leader of leaders, mentor of mentors, the guy that creates action and traction, AK
Keep going because I
Alex
need to still get to the camera.
Kutsishin.
Keep going slowly. Keep going slowly.
Alex
This is the great buildup.
Kutsishin, who is known for
Yes.
fixing
Uh-huh.
million people problems, who
Billion.
billion people problems. Alex knows how to get you where you want to go. Especially, listen, leaders, we run into all kinds of problems. We fall into all kinds of ditches, and we all need a friend. And Alex is the guide by your side. And Alex
Woo.
Kutsishin, so glad to have you with us. January 7th, 2026.
Oh my
Man,
gosh.
we're going to be talking about a lot of things, but some people, Alex, they're making their plans with a magic 8 ball. They shake the 8 ball and they say, "Will I hit my numbers?" And they
No.
wait for the little thing to pop up, and it says, "Probably not." And
Yep.
so you're going
It's
to help
it,
us to
it-
forecast, Alex, and make ways to make these things mean something again.
yes. Yes. I love it. Happy New Year, Donnie, and everyone here. Let's go.
Let's
2026
go.
is upon us, everyone. It's something special here. This is the first Leadership Live of 2026.
It,
We're going to allow more people to join as we get started here. And Scott, I see you're on as well. Scott, did you push? Can you go ahead and push something out to everyone that registered one more time, letting them know that we are live
and
and charging forward?
anyone who is
Because this is
sorry,
Mhm.
anyone who's on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, if you're seeing us there, we won't be able to see any of your input or feedback. So go to the Leadership Live link that we'll put into. I don't know where we'll put it. Just
Yeah,
it's on myfuel.io/leadership live.
yes,
You'll find it there, and
yes,
you can ask your stuff. Let your requests be known. Alex,
yes. There you go.
what's the good word, my man? You have been to and fro helping leaders across the land. I know you've been rested and recharged and refueled. Can you
Oh
um,
yes.
can you talk to us about why we were going to talk about mentorship, but you're like, no, 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 forecasts, forecast, forecast,
Forecasts.
forecast. Talk to me about forecast and why for you
Okay.
is this something that bubbled to the top, Alex?
Okay. So it blew my mind to hear, and you all can do your own research right now. I'm not even going to pull up this. You can do it on your own. Please do. In B2B sales last year, okay, uh, some astronomical number of like nearly 90% of people didn't hit their forecasts. That's crazy. And do your own research, everyone. Like look at forecasts in not just in sales. Sales was the thing that's just easy to see, but in all sorts of forecasts of how people thought they were going to perform were off. And that's mind blowing to me. It's and I don't get it. You know why, Donnie? You've known me for some time. You know, as a serial entrepreneur, I build business after business after business. And one of the things I hear from people outside and thinking about building their business, they say things like, "Well, I hope this works." Okay, they'll say things like this. They will. You know, you're a coach as well, and you know this in businesses. And they'll say, you know, you'll hear people be like, "Well, I hope 1 out of 5 works," or "I'm investing and I hope that this out of that works in people." And I never understood that. Why ever go into anything like a business unless you know there's a customer base for it? And if you're already in business and you're forecasting, why forecast something that you don't think is achievable? Now, the only reason it's not achievable is because there was an unforeseen event that you could not at all predict, be prepared for. It's a knockout punch. We've seen that in COVID. We've seen that in other. So there's things that happen. But if that didn't happen to you in your company or in your industry, forecasting should work. And it works because the people that forecast believe they're going to achieve that. The problem with forecasting today is you're asking people to forecast something and they're going to say something to you that they think you're going to want to hear. You know why, Donnie? I still want my job tomorrow. If I tell them the truth, they won't keep me here employed. So I'm going to tell them what they want to hear. Yep, I'll million in production. Of course. What? Yeah, duh. And so why I want to talk about forecasting is because we are still employing people and supporting people that don't want to do the job, but will tell us what we want to hear. And we have moved into a brand new era, the era of application, capability. If you are capable, you're irreplaceable. Everybody write that down. If you are capable, you are irreplaceable. Tell this to your kids. Please tell this to your kids.
That's so good.
Okay? Right? If you're capable, you're irreplaceable. And now if you have capable people, your forecasts are always going to be on, typically even higher than what they put on there. If you have capable people, incapable people, you will miss forecast over and over and over again.
I agree with you, Alex. I will say this is just me like living in the sales world for like since 2000. Some of us, like I do agree with you. Some of us we want our jobs, right? We're like we some of us we just want to be liked by the manager. We want to seem like we could be heroic. Well, I've got so many stories, but some of us are addicted to a drug that we'll call hopium. Okay,
Oh, I
and
like that. Hopium.
hopium can make you feel good, but it also gives you delusions and illusions, right? So
Yes.
and I think the reality is what I'm hearing you say is it's about what we can predict. It's not about what we can hope. Hope is a bad strategy. How can we, Alex, go from, because we do need hope. How can we go from hope into strategy? Like give us the operating system for how we can do that and help our people to do that too.
Yeah. So this is why we're all here, right? So I wanted to be the first person on Leadership Live in the beginning of this year, and I might be coming back for these sort of guest appearances here and there because we are in an age of performance, okay? And so how do we do this? This will work in any department, division, level of expertise, doesn't matter. But we can keep it simple. We can maybe focus on sales or customer or market, like or leadership, right? Just to keep it simple. Okay. The ability to forecast depends on your ability to accomplish a task. Agreed? That's how you forecast. I'm I can run let's say I can run a 5 minute mile. I'm just making this up. I can't run a 5 minute mile, but let's say I can run a 5 minute mile. I can forecast then a 10 mile walk or look destination, how long it will take me to get there. Of course, I'm going to account for getting tired and stopping and all this good stuff. And I can forecast and say, you know what? That's going to take me 4 hours. Again, I didn't do the math. I don't know if that's how it's going to take. So don't comment or tell me my math is off. um, I can forecast because I know what I'm capable of. Okay. Forecasting is about capability, what you're able to do. And so how are you going to test for this? Well, let's just use our resources that we have available to us. If you're here and you're listening to this, fuel is at your fingertips. Okay. And the way I'm going to forecast, let's just use sales for this conversation. Just because it's such a tangible thing, but you can replace this with another department. But we'll use sales for the sake of this conversation. And I'm going to go to someone that, yeah, I'll use Todd because Todd has a lot of amazing content in here, and his knowledge base is deep. Okay. And I'm going to have people forecast only after I understand what they're capable of. How do I know what they're capable of? Okay. Well, I watch them practice. Okay. I put them through this and I say, all right, so listen, team, I want you to do this type of role play. I want you to go in here and I want you pick the next 3 meetings you have on your calendar and I want you to role play them right here. I'm going to do something like that with you right now. Watch this.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Alex. How can I help you today?
Hey Todd, I'd like to do a role play with you. I have a meeting coming up with a gentleman by the name of Jeffrey. He is a author, coach, speaker, consultant, teaches at Wharton and Temple University, and he's wanting to join the Fuel platform. And I want to practice role playing with you how I would describe the value of an instructor, an expert speaker joining the platform, what it means for them, what it could mean for their business. And I want you to grade me on a scale of 1 to 10 on how well I do in this role play. Can we do that?
I can definitely help you practice for your meeting with Jeffrey. Role playing is a powerful way to refine your message. Before we dive in, what's the main goal you're trying to achieve with Jeffrey in this meeting? What outcome are you hoping for?
The outcome I'm hoping for from this meeting is for Jeffrey to say, yes, I'd be very interested in joining the Fuel platform, putting my customers on the Fuel platform, putting my content on the Fuel platform. That's the end result.
Got it. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel right now about achieving that goal with Jeffrey?
An 8.
An 8. Okay, that's a great starting point. Now, would you like to start with a simpler
Okay.
scenario?
So watch this. I'm gonna pause this for a second. The reason I'm bringing this up, I don't want to go into the whole thing. Just wanted to show this as an example. You want to if somebody if somebody's going to forecast a number with you, they need to prove to you that they can actually do it, right? If I was that same example that I gave you earlier, I'm the runner that runs a 5 minute mile and I need to join a team. And it seems like, hey, we need people to run 10 miles in this amount of time. Can you do it? Yes, I can. They'd be like, okay, show us. Same thing you're going to do with everyone on your team. Forecasting depends on their ability to actually do the thing they're telling you they're going to be able to do. And how are you going to determine this? You're going to watch them apply themselves.
S-
You're
So
going to what?
we're predicting the future, and we're not doing it based on someone else's hope. We're doing it based on actual proven performance. We're basing it on past, right? I mean, that's what we're
Yeah.
how go ahead.
So currently forecasting is like, oh, I did this last year. I should be able to do this year. But wait a second. You will have people coming in right now. Everyone on this call is going to have people coming into there are people on your team that are just joining, that just joined recently, that are changing positions, changing roles, getting new things that they've never forecasted for this before. And you're going to ask them to forecast something. I like when people do this with new salespeople, it blows my mind. But anyway, it's so how can you get them to forecast until you can see their skill, their capability, their ability to apply themselves in real life situations, not hypotheticals, but real life. Okay. And this is for anything. And sales is just one example. This is for anything. Go ahead, Donnie.
But Alex, do you feel like as leaders that we need to actually be training or teaching our people how to actually give honest and truthful forecasts, right? So predict the future based on your actual past, not based on what would be great, but like how would you, how if you agree with that, how would you do that as a leader with people who are so we're not getting junk that we're I can't even think about these large companies that you and I both talk to, and all of their
Yeah.
forecasts for 2026 are made up of complete hot air that they're getting fed by.
Oh,
Like, it doesn't make sense.
costing them millions of billions of dollars. Like it's ridiculous. Even in because we can extrapolate small businesses and it's all adding to this sort of waste. Okay, so how do we get so you asked me a question. And I don't know, I'd love to see people jump in and see if that's something that they're thinking about too. Should we teach our people how to forecast honestly and properly? Listen to where it starts with, team. If you're a leader and you're on this call and you're the ones that were invited to this call, the minute you think you have to tell someone to forecast honestly is the minute that person shouldn't be on your team.
Agreed.
That there is your litmus test. If you're like, I need them to be more honest about this, is the minute you should be asking yourself, why are they there in the first place? Okay. We as leaders tend to own the success and failure of the people on our team. That is not what we should be doing. Look at how elite athletes are built. The coach doesn't take on the failure, the interception that the quarterback threw, the air ball that the point guard shot. The coach does not take on that responsibility. that responsibility belongs to the athlete. The coach's responsibility is to create an environment where that athlete can reach new levels of performance every single day. That's the coach's job. The person's job is to perform. And how do you perform? There's only one way to create elite anything in the world today. I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the only way. There's no other way to create elite anything on this planet except for this. And it's a mathematical law. Okay? And it's right here. Okay? It's the law. So in 1981, this became a law, a mathematical law, the power law of practice, that showed nearly all human skill improvement follows the power law of practice. Performance improves in a mathematical pattern with repetition. But there's a limitation, everyone. There's a limitation. This is where fuel comes in. This is where you come in. The limitation is you can only get to a certain level when you repeat the same things all the time without any expert feedback. Without anyone saying you could do this to get better, or do this to get better, or to this to slow that up, or to do this to speed that up, or you can lift more weight with this move. That is what was proven in 1993. Every single one of you have in front of you the key. It's the key to building an army of high performers. Doesn't matter their talent, doesn't matter their age, doesn't matter their experience. If you can get people practicing their skill with expert guided feedback, you will build an army of high performers. You cannot not do that. That is what athletes are built on. That is what the military is built on.
Okay, I love it. And so, Alex, you're talking about there's two words that I think are really interwoven. And by the way, any of us who are leading people, really the whole goal of what we should be doing is helping them to obtain their goals, right? To get to their mission. We talked about this
Yes.
recently, right? The
Yes.
mission and co-mission. But
Yeah.
the way we do this, we reverse engineer, right? And then we're like, cool. Well, based on what you're forecasting, this is what needs to happen. And so there's two words that are linked together. And I'm wondering if you can explore these a little bit. What do you feel like the word capable and accountable, how are those two words connected in your mind?
Capable and accountable. Well, capable means I am able to apply my skill in an area when I need to apply it. Accountable is if I have a goal, I'm accountable to using my skill set to achieve that goal. I'm accountable to a specific outcome, to a specific task, to a time, to whatever. That's my accountability, that I'm going to apply myself to the best of my ability so that I can be accountable for the things that I'm being dependent on. But it takes capability to even be accountable for anything. When you're talking about an enterprise world of over 2 million people in enterprise sales, B2B sales right now, over 2 million people, and 90% of them not hitting their targets, and 50% of that 90% was less than 50% of their forecast. Think about that. 50% of that 90% was under 50% of their forecast. What are we talking about? How is that possible? And they still have jobs.
We're just guessing. We're throwing
We're just
darts
guessing
in a dark room. Yeah.
Okay, now watch this. Here's how crazy this is. Everyone that's hearing me talk about sports and this elite philosophy, watch this. Okay? Anyone following sports would have seen in the NFL that a grandfather by the name of Philip Rivers played in a game just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay? Think
Yeah.
about this for a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has been retired 4 years. Retired. They gave him a call. They said, "Hey, how's your conditioning?" He's like, "I'm in the gym all the time. I feel great." Like, "You think you could run an offense again?" He's like, "Sure." Within 2 weeks, he was playing the most difficult game on the most difficult field in the United States and around the world in this sport. Okay? How did hold on. I just want everyone to laugh about this for a second. Can you imagine the Colts going, "Hey, everyone, sorry, our season is over. No quarterbacks. There are no quarterbacks. No quarterbacks. We got to our kicker is going to start throwing for us. We have no quarterbacks." No. Why is professional sports it's the best drama on TV? Why is it so exciting? One of the things that's so exciting about it is there's always an expert ready to fill that role. You don't have to wait 6 months. Can you imagine say we need 6 months to build out this quarterback? No, but that's what happens in business. Happens in business all the time. And so we
Wow.
accept these forecasts. We can accept half performance and you still have a place to work because it was just a guess anyway. We were all just guessing. But sports doesn't guess. They didn't guess that Philip Rivers could come in and play that game at the highest level after being out for 4 years. They weren't guessing. They knew for a fact. How do they know? Because they know he has been practicing. He is ready to get in the game. And on your team, this is why I say forecasting is easy. If you have anyone on your team that is incapable, they're going to forecast wrong. How do you check their capability? You put them through this process right here. Don't ask. Now, everyone listening, you're about to see something and hear something that you should be thinking about of how you're going to hire every future person moving forward. If your hiring process is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and after you hire them, it's another 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6 weeks before they can get $1 in the door, your process is broken. You're costing your company too much money. The way you're going to do it is exactly the way we're doing it here. Hey, watch this. Actually, let me
Hi,
close it and
Alex.
give
How
you the
can I help you
scenario.
today?
One second, Todd. I know you're excited. Me too. Um, so imagine this scenario. You're looking for a new salesperson. Now, Donnie, I don't know all the industries you worked in, but if I said, Donnie, I need you to help me here in tech sales, you'd say, I could help. Donnie, I need you to help me in car sales. You'd be like, okay, I can help. Like if I was a friend, I was hurting and I need someone to come in. Donnie, real estate sales, mortgage, can you help? I'd say anything. And you as an expert salesperson would say, it doesn't matter what industry you put me in. I'm in
Mhm,
sales. That's
mhm,
listening. That's communicating. That's
mhm,
it. I'll
mhm,
understand someone's problem. I'll help them figure it out, or they don't have a problem, right?
mhm.
So guess how many people we hire, Donnie, in sales that don't want to be salespeople? They want a paycheck. They want a paycheck, but they don't want to be salespeople. So guess what, everyone? The same way you're going to have them set forecasts after going through a process like this and you see how they're really performing, you're going to hire this way too, just like sports. You must meet this criteria. I'm going to give you a scenario, Donnie. I'm hiring for this role. Let's say we'll stay in mortgage and real estate for a second. As a recruiter, I say, hey, do me a favor. Role play here with Todd. I need you to get an 8 out of 10. You're not selling anyone's. I need you to role play this thing right here, this basic scenario, so I can tell that you're actually a salesperson. Throw any scenario. I can throw any scenario at Donnie right now, and he would act like a salesperson and figure out how to get to the root problem of the conversation he's in. People that don't know how to sell, they will not do that. They will start getting scores from Todd. They're like 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10. And guess what? You've just saved yourself weeks or months of talking to someone that could potentially do something because their resume said they could. No more needing a resume. Resumes are out. Capability is in. They get an 8 out of 10 or higher. You take them to the next phase of the interview. Hey, let's see how you are personality. I'd like to see if you culturally fit. Wow, you culturally fit. Great. Now I'm going to put you in the real game. Here's a real life scenario you will experience if you take this job here today. You get 3 chances to get an 8 out of 10 or higher on this real life scenario. This can all happen in one day, people. All in one day. This doesn't have to be a multi-week process. Just like look at combines in the NFL. Is that a 6-month process? No. You're in or you're not. Hey, everyone, here's the stats of all these people. Now, if you want to be recruiting them and want them to join your team and see if they can play in your playbook, now that's fine. But everyone that you're going to recruit to your teams, NFL teams, they can all do the job. That we guarantee. And that's
Wow.
this process. That's this
So,
exact process.
Alex, I love that you're helping. I think most of us we're looking at something on the tail end, and we're trying to clean up a problem that we don't even realize that we had a problem and a part in making. And that is sometimes we hire the wrong person, and then the other one is that we put up with mediocrity. And even if you're like 100% commissions only, and I've had people tell me, "Oh, this doesn't cost me anything," it costs you. It's incalculable what this cost you. And so you're saying get in front. Let's like using tools like Fuel to be able to hire the right people, give them practice before play so that they see if are you can you even get on the field? Are you even this is the
Right.
physical, right? Should you do you even belong on the field? Because I will say is so many people are they're eyeballing the hire. They're these like there's so much we're getting wrong with hiring And what a neat thing to be able to make as a part of your hiring process.
But
Bring
watch
me
this,
to
Donnie. Let me take this. Yeah, go ahead. I want right before you ask that question, Donnie, can I step on your toe for just a
let's
second?
go. Step all over.
Okay. Check this out, everyone. We've been talking about sales roles like that, but you can do this with manager roles too. Think about this. Leadership roles, you can do the exact same thing. Hey, you say you're a leader? I promise you, everyone on this call, bring it on. Call me after this, throw a scenario at me. I am a good leader. I know this, okay? If I'm applying for a job, I have no problem proving to them that I'm a good leader. I'll take a job at no salary to prove to them I'm a good leader. No problem. So why not do that here? So the same way you would hire for sales or customer success, you can hire for leadership. I just got off a call with a large financial institution that wants to recreate their entire recruiting and hiring process for their leaders first using this. How? Here's how. Hey, Alex, new potential hire for a manager. How would you handle this situation? I need you to be able to score this level in these areas when you're done with this role play. Not our scenario in the company yet. In general, how do you handle this, Alex, that's applying for the first time? Ooh, 9 out of 10s across the board, 10 out of 10 in this one. Fantastic. Well, you definitely do know how to communicate as a leader. Now let's bring you in. Are you a good cultural fit? Now let's put you in a real game scenario.
All
So
right.
in your role, you'll see things like this. And boom. Now,
Yeah.
Donnie, before we get off the call, if we have time, I'll share something, maybe not, that's future stake. But do you understand, Donnie? Like, this isn't just for one type of position. This is for every position.
100%. And I think that we have the choice as to what we bring into our company, and I don't. There's no reason to put up with mediocrity. But I want to get into. So this is we're talking about forecasting, right? Predicting what will happen in the
Yes.
future. Oh, I can't. I'm not magic. Dude, the easiest way to predict the future is the past. You gave us these micro moments where we can see what we can predict from, like through practices and fuel. I want to know, let's just say someone got hired, right? They're
Hmm.
on my team already. I'm a leader. I got people. They're here, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
How do I, like, how do I connect? What am I supposed to do with my forecast now? What am I supposed to do with the people I already have here? Because I know that mentoring is a big part of your, like, and both of
Yes.
our belief
Yes.
here. How do we create? There's two words. It's interesting. You were talking about enable, so you can make someone
Hmm.
capable,
Hmm.
so that they
Hmm.
can later on become accountable, and
Mm.
so like all of these things kind of like puzzle fit together. But Alex, what do we do with the team that we already got? What's the cadence look like? How do we
Yeah.
coach them into a place of like getting them to your favorite word, perform?
Boom. Look, we know today it's about results. We know that. So how do we get our existing people to keep producing higher results? We first do what military and sports do. We filter through the people that don't belong on our team. Okay.
So
I'm
fire?
sorry. Fire, let go, replace, free. I like to use the word free.
I like
You
it.
free them, you free up your space for the right person to come in, and you free them to go find a thing they're actually great at. Okay. That because they're great at something, they're just not great at the thing, whatever they're doing. And I just want you to understand how clear this is. Look, someone that wants to be great at their role will apply themselves in that role. Why, when I present to fuel to like these large organizations, they're like, well, our top 20% are going to love this, but they're already the top 20%. So time out. So you have 80% that don't want to do this and they're still here. What's the point? Why not have 100%? Or there's not yes, there are. There are people that want these jobs so bad that are so capable that you've just been married to the wrong people for a while. It's
Occupied,
okay.
yeah.
So free them.
Mhm.
So number one, free your people that don't want to be there. How do you know they don't want to be there? They don't want to show up for meetings. They don't like change. Tell them tell them you're going to get here's how you quickly identify people that don't want to be on your team. Hey, I'm investing in your growth and your success, and we're going to start doing this thing where we're applying ourselves more often. Oh, that's a lot of change. Probably a red flag. But wait, they've been with us for 10 years. Who cares? Okay. Peyton Manning was playing for 20 years. He's a legend. Guess who got let go? Peyton Manning, when he was no longer playing at legend status. Like you doesn't matter what you've done, it's what you're going to continue to do. And you're doing it with love. You're not doing it subjectively. Oh, I don't really like his hair. No, you're doing it objectively. You can no longer do this at this level. Why? I'm looking at your stats. And you don't want to invest in yourself. So you shouldn't be here. So, number one, that. Number two, the people that are left, how are they investing in their own growth? Remember, you are creating the environment for them to thrive. They have to choose to thrive on their own. Nobody forces Michael Jordan to practice, LeBron James to practice. No one ever forces them to do that. They on their own can't wait to do it. It's the same thing as playing a game. They want to be able to sink those shots, make those hits, throw the ball, whatever the thing that they're doing, they want to do it on their own. So look at your team. Who on your team does not want to get better at their skill, whatever that skill is? Okay? And find out now they're performing. So that's the difference, right? So they're performing, but they're not wanting to get better at that skill. They've been here. Okay, ask yourself. This is the very next step, Donnie. Have I raised the bar? Have I raised the bar on my team? You want to see performance go up? Raise the bar. And then when these people don't meet the criteria that you need, you're going to hire at this level already. You're not going to hire here and hopefully build them up. You're going to use this and you're going to hire at this level because you're going to say, I need you to be able to score a 9 out of 10 in these objections to be able to work for my team. Wow, you did beautifully. Welcome to the team. And now they're at that level already. And now you're going to raise the bar again. And so my point is for forecasting, you can only forecast when people are capable. That means all the people that don't want to be here should get let go. And everyone that's at a level that's been at this level, how do you get them to go up? If they forecast the same, is that good enough? If that's good enough, okay. Good enough is never good enough for high growth organizations. But if good enough is good enough, fine, keep them. But I'm talking to the people that say good enough is not good enough. I want only people who are getting better every single year for themselves, because the way you keep people employed, the way you retain high performing people is they get better with you. If they've plateaued, guess what? They're getting picked off. They're leaving. At some point, they're gone. So you want,
Dissatisfaction.
and I want, and Donnie, guess what? The biggest battleground coming up starting this year is on talent. That's it. The biggest battleground is for those people who are capable of any single role, because there's going to be less and less of them. So we need more and more capable people. Less and less roles, more and more capable people. Yeah.
One more thing I really want to get your input on, because sometimes, Alex, people are not capable. Like they're literally, it depends on how long they've been on the team or whatever. They're just, it's almost like they don't have the literacy to understand the probability of something closing, like from the beginning to the end of their process. Do you what do you think about, so we'll call it performance coaching, and you mentioned some of it with fuel where you're looking at those micro moments, but can we hold people accountable to the forecast of how many appointments you'll get instead of how much you'll close? Or can we hold people accountable to how many calls they will make? Or like can we back a forecast down from being an amount closed to something that people can actually manage, influence, and impact, which is their actions taken? I don't know. What are your thoughts on actions versus outcomes for a leader with their people?
Yeah, well, listen, you nailed it. And Donnie, I think everyone on this call, Donnie, if you can put your contact information in here so they can see it. I know you post it and people should see it as they follow you, but what you just said, people should come to you for and really understand in depth, okay? Because that's exactly how you build forecasting. A quarterback or a running back doesn't predict the amount of touchdowns. They practice the touches enough to know that when the time comes, they will score that touchdown. Right? So exactly what Donnie's talking about. If it's 100 meetings with qualified people that equals to this number, then it's the meetings you want to be tracking, not the dollar amount, right? Or the contract values or the number of contracts altogether. And so you're spot on identifying those things that actually lead to the result that needs to be practiced. Like, okay, if I get really good at scheduling appointments, then I'm going to be the best in my company, because I already know how to sell. I'm just making something up right now. If I can be the best at scheduling appointments, I'm going to be the best at retention because I'm the customer success leader here. And I know that getting people on a call, once I'm on with them, we connect, I listen, I'm the best at that. But so exactly what you're saying, Don. It is identifying those tasks, those, the most common denominator that will make the biggest impact. right? And it's not predicting that one outcome. You will predict the outcome from the tasks that you complete over and over again. You'll be able to predict an outcome much better. But
So good.
yes, I agree with you totally, Donnie.
So good. Final question. This is for the, I don't know if this is a flush or keep. I think it's a flush. This is a real scenario. Ted, real company. Every month, this is when we worked selling a cell phone store, business to business. And he's like, oh, I've got this big account. Cone distributing is going to close. Next month comes around. Donna, our sales manager, will say, Ted, what do you got going on? It's like, oh, Cone distributing is going to close this month. The next month, Cone distributing is going to close. 4, 5, 6. It lingered for 9 months and never closed. But let's just say you've met Ted right in the middle of all of this, Alex. You're the sales manager. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of us, we love our people, but we're struggling
Yes.
with this. He maybe is the wrong guy on the wrong bus. Maybe he's not capable, not able. What do you do? Like talk to Ted on month 3 or 2 of him forecasting the same deal. And it's like maybe you're starting to feel a little doubtful. You want to feel hope, but
Yeah.
you're not letting yourself.
All right. So to preface this, you've maybe already seen it through my actions and the way I think about things. I have very, very little uh, patience for someone who is, because I trust people. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people that trust people. I do. I trust you. If you say you're going to do this, I trust you to do it. And then when your actions replace that trust with what reality is, then I start to question things. And so for 3 months, in my experience, that person wouldn't be there on the third month because you've
So
forecasted
then
that to
give me the
close.
conversation then. Tell me
Yeah.
exactly how you're like
So I'm going to
you're
go backwards
unplugging
because
me.
it wouldn't work for 3 months. It would
Two.
be at the end.
Yeah.
So when somebody forecasted this and it didn't happen that month that they forecast, it's okay. That happens. Now the question is, you just forecasted it to definitely close this month. I want to understand what is giving you this confidence this time that well, last month it was end of month this happened and that happened. I need to understand what they're going to tell me. I need to see what they're talking about.
Okay.
If it's something that company couldn't control and that's why they said no, this is no. You cannot forecast it. I would tell that person on the spot, no, you're not putting that in your forecast because you cannot control that. You just told me something happened you had no control over, they had no control
Dave,
over, and they said let's push it back.
perfect.
No, it's not a deal.
Perfect.
That's how I would approach it because I don't want them to like they're going to fail. Like it's a potential, and if it happens, fantastic. But they're going to fail, and so then it depends on what they say. So for me, Donnie, it's never one templated approach. What are
Can I
they going to
pause?
say?
Dude, what you just said right there was so
Yeah,
phenomenal. And I think that so many of us, like we like, listen, we weren't trained to lead people. We were just we're good at sales. We got put into management, and here we are. And we have our own version of hopium, which is like believing people and wanting people and liking people and loving people. But Alex, what you just now gave us was pure love. It's
yeah,
truth because without honesty and truth, there is no growth. And
yeah.
I love what you said because there's such courage in that. And I hope that some of us can take that and apply it. Dude, I promise you, someone right now is listening and is going to say exactly those words. So sorry, I wanted to put the little parentheses in there because that was really that was kind of meaty, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Look, I mean, this is not patting myself on the back and saying that I've done something special that hasn't been. I've just done it over and over again in 11 different industries. So there's something I'm doing with teams that works. Okay. And it's based on their own desire to perform in their role. Everyone, listen, I do not force people to work for me. They work on their own desire. I just give them the place to do the thing they love to do for me. Sorry, let me replace that. With me, not for me. Nobody ever does anything for me, ever. We do this together. They do it for themselves. They just happen to do it for a cause that's affecting a lot of people. Okay. And so the key is finding the people to choose the roles that they want to be good at. Don't, please don't take your best salesperson and make him a manager ever again. Please don't take your best customer service person and make him a manager ever again. Please don't take your best engineer and make him a manager ever again. I want you all to hear this. If you know sports, I'm just going to name some names. Michael Jordan, Messi, Ronaldo, Patrick Mahomes. You will know one of those people. I want you to imagine a coach coming up to that person at the peak of their career and going, you're so freaking good. Can you start coaching Okay. Can you get off the field, stop playing, and start coaching? The next 10 years, I need you to coach the quarterback, coach the point guards, coach the power forwards, coach. I need you to coach. You're excellent, but you know what? We're done with you doing the work. We want you to coach it. That is what you're doing when you take your top salesperson, customer success, engineer, anyone, and go, that person is so good, make them a leader. You are literally cutting the throat of your own company or your team. Don't ever do it. Ever. Now, if I am the best salesperson you have and I come to you and say, Donnie, I'm ready for a new challenge. I am so hungry. I want to do something more. I actually want to lead others to be able to do what I did. That is the time you turn that person into a leader. Not until they personally walk into your office and beg to be leaders, don't do it. That's a little extra for because that's part of
Words
forecasting.
of wisdom. It is. Well, it's also part of performance. I mean, performance, I'm looking
Yes.
at the etymology. It just means to provide fully, to bring to completion, to carry out. And none of
Yes.
us are happy. We all know that we left something undone and it's not satisfying to any of us. So help your people to bring their stuff to completion. Alex, you've helped some people, man. Today, you've helped some leaders get out of their own head, get out of their own way, and to hopefully create a path of success, not just for them, but for others. And so find Alex on myfuel.io. He's created an amazing tool. I'm a part of it. I love being a part of it. I love doing all the fuel stuff with the fuel people. Alex is solving million people problems. And today, I hope that he solved problems for one in a million. And that is you, the leader, because we know if you can lead better, you can live better. Alex, any last words of wisdom, advice, or fire or passion as we head into the new year?
No, just apply yourselves and expect your people to apply themselves and give them a place to do it, right? No more settling for mediocrity. It's not necessary. You have a tool right here, a resource, a partner in Fuel that can help every person on your team either thrive or show you that they aren't in the right place. They don't have to tell you; they will just show you, and that's the best way to work. That there's no subjectivity. Then it's not your opinion. You're just saying, look, based on these statistics, this is probably not the best place for you, and I want to see you be happy, and I want to see you flourish. Let me free you to go find that thing. So, thanks everybody for being on.
That's how we
Donnie,
lead.
you are the
Yeah.
man. I love the way you run this show.
Love it, guys. We'll see you the rest of this awesome year. Let's go crush it together.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Deanna. By
Alex.
the way, you were the most active out of everyone. Thank you.